My name is Ashley Cooper, and I'm from Goldendale, Washington. And I live here with my three sons. All three of my kids are Starseeds um, in different variabilities. The one that has been the most exciting to raise versus, also challenging is my son Asher. He's my middle son. He is a Martian. He has distinct memories of being on Mars, his family there, what the buildings look like, the scenery. I've taken him through several guided meditations, and he describes some really interesting things when we do that. Um, Martians are mostly telepathic in communication. And so uh, they really struggle with verbal communication because when you telepathically communicate, you're not only getting like words, communication in that way, but you're also getting emotions involved, intentions involved. You're communicating on a completely different level. And so to come to Earth after being a Martian, he's never been anything but a Martian. This is his first incarnation as a human. Speaking and communication has been a huge struggle for him. He kind of feels like everyone should just know what he is thinking and communicating. And so he didn't talk till he was almost 5. He didn't have expressive speech till he was 8. And so just communicating with him in general has been a really big struggle for most of his life. And then once he did start communicating, he would tell me these really intense dreams. And I was like, oh man. And it started to really make more and more sense that he was not from this planet. Like he had never really lived here before. And then I have done guided meditations with him, and he would describe all this, his family. I mean, what Martians look like. And I've drawn pictures. He's drawn pictures for me. And um, not a lot of Martians incarnate off of their planet, apparently. It's a pretty inclusive thing. They don't really like to incarnate off their planet. They're very aware of that and just stick close to home. Also, he's mentioned the Mars that he lived on is in the 4th or 6th. I'm not really like sure, but definitely not in the dimension that we live in. And so he has been given messages from other alien beings that he's particularly here to help with the ley lines in the earth. There's specific ones that need repaired, um, and that he's here in this area specifically near Mount Adams to help with the ley line repair work. And he has been given messages that there's actually another Martian in the area who's been working for a long time on the energy and ley lines in the area, and that they're eventually going to like meet up. And so that's exciting. And mostly me, I'm a star seed. I'm not from this planet. I like telling people that. It makes them have like a reaction like, what? And I'm like, yeah, don't I seem like an alien to you? Um, so it's not really weird to me that all my kids are aliens and I'm an alien. And my messages, my mission, has been to connect with as many beings like this as possible and to bring as many together as possible. And so that was one of the reasons why I opened the store that I did, is to be a beacon and to attract as many people like minded, and who feel like this. And the funny thing is I've actually met probably a dozen people, and we've only been open since October, who came here not really sure what to expect and left feeling like they have a friend, they have someone who understands them, they don't feel so lost and alone. And that's kind of the whole point um, of why we open this. But also, my son, he has really struggled with communication, and he's been a big part of coming in to the crystal store and helping with and different places and areas in the store, and just kind of feeling the energy. He feels energy a lot differently than I feel energy. And so it's been really helpful to have him kind of feel things out like that. Kind of like a geomantric, which I've met a few of those. Um, he's can feel energy so differently than I can. And he has been a natural born healer. I learned Reiki when I was 16, and this little boy has been healing with his hands since he was a toddler. And he is very strong. My mom will have an owie. She's the one who takes most advantage. She's like, "Oh, Asher, I have an owie," and he will just heal it for her. And he's really special. And it's been really challenging being his mom just for the communication side of it, but thank goodness I'm an empath and I can read minds. So I've been able to intuitively and communicate with him in another way when he wasn't able to communicate. And now he's 13 and he communicates pretty well, speaking wise, verbal communication. Um, and he's starting to go through, I'm not quite sure, like he's going through puberty, but he's also going through this like existential finding himself in a different way than I can like relate to, because he's dealing with a lot of energy incoming and not quite sure how to interpret it. So that's kind of where we're at now, as far as kind of raising a starseed is he's going through puberty and he is having a heck of a time with the incoming energies that have been coming in. They've been really intense, and I know that, and I've been feeling that. But when you're a little kid and you're already going through some wacky stuff in your physical body, I could see how that would be like really overwhelming. So that's where we're at right now, and raising him. And like my other two kids, they're aliens, but I haven't really had as much um, challenges in other than my youngest son is the most strong-willed child I've ever met. So that's a story for another day.